Here's my sister. Why don't you have a piece of bread and maybe you'll calm down a little?
Oh, shame on you.
It's okay. It comes from a place of, you know, when you can attack somebody, you go after what you can attack, so it's all right.
We call that reading. You read them, you let them have it.
But she got read back when you lunged across the table and smashed a glass. Lisa Rinna's hands are not completely clean in this argument with my sister Kim. But you will know.
You understand that?
Everybody will
go after my husband.
I don't like to feel that Rinna is blaming my sister for the entire thing. It makes me feel defensive.
It's really tough. It's hard to talk about. It's hard to talk about with Kyle being here. I don't want to cross the line, but yet I had my own issues with her, and it was some vicious, vile stuff that went on. I was put in a situation that was so questionable, I had to ask these questions.
See, now this is really uncomfortable for me. And every time it comes up, it's uncomfortable. And I don't think my sister handled herself well that night. I know that, believe me. But I don't like the, you know, vicious and vile and problems. And I don't want to hear that about her. I really can't. I can't hear that right now.
Because it's coming from sickness rather than like someone who's being vicious.
That's right. I know that your sister is sick. I know that. We know that now, but we did not know that at the time. It was a really scary moment.
Well, it's over.
Yeah.
So let's be here
wish her
and
well.
present.
I mean,
That sounds a little dramatic for me to say scary, unless like you felt someone was like gonna come at you. Scary is a really strong word to say you're scared.
Kim Richards is an addict. She's a f***ing lunatic. She comes at you like a f***ing dog, like a rabid dog. Who wants to deal with that?
You were saying you were scary for what she was going to do to herself or what she was going to do to you?
Everything from what happened with Brandy Glanville and...
This is her sister.
I'm actually saying like something for me.
Be sensitive. I know, but we
I am
weren't
sensitive.
You
I'm
and
being
I were
sensitive
not
because I was
there,
saying,
Kathryn.
no, I know I wasn't
It has
there, but I
nothing
saw
to do
bits and
with
pieces
us.
We're in my house, Erica. I think I can say what I feel about it in my own home.
Unless you lived it, you can't really
Listen,
speak of it.
I lived with addiction.
Okay.
I grew up with it. I know it very, very well. I do. And I'm speaking from my, and I know you've got it, and I know you have it, because I know you talked about people
This is
that
her
addiction.
sister.
I just, scary is a strong word for me.
Scary in many ways. It was a situation that it's hard, because Kyle doesn't want to talk about it, so it's very hard for me to talk about it.
Yeah, don't then. I'm just
So
saying.
you guys can talk about it. I'm gonna step away from it. If you don't have anything nice to say, I don't want to hear anything at all.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Coming up.
That's a hot button, even though you didn't.
What's your story?
Mine?
It's hard, because Kyle doesn't want to talk about it, so it's very hard for me to talk about it.
Yeah, don't then. I'm just
So
saying.
you guys can talk about it. I'm gonna step away from it.
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Well, I got brought up because of the weight issue, and that's when it was thrown in your face and stuff.
I could easily bring up the text message threatening my sister.
So I get a message that says, be very careful or I will f you up.
That was scary for Kim. You can't walk away with your head held high saying, I've done nothing wrong, when you've sent a text like that.
It all started
At poker night, going to poker
going
night.
to poker night. It started in the car ride.
You're slut. You're disgusting.
Oh, come on. And it was the most bizarre behavior that you've ever seen, that I've ever seen.
I think bizarre is a much better word than scary.
Okay, so excuse me. May I use freaky bizarre?
Yeah.
Whatever it was f***ing weird, okay?
Kathryn, involve yourself in something that you're actually involved in. Otherwise, zip it. You didn't live it, so you don't know all the moments, all the minutes, all the details.
No, you're right. The thing for me is the harshness of, like, when it's over and someone's trying to get help and, like, still, like, labeling them. Like,
That wasn't
I feel like
happening.
it's so important for people to be given
But
a
see,
second chance, a
I
third
agree
chance, a
with
fourth
you.
chance.
Yes, absolutely, but she kept saying
That's
to
what
us,
that's how I feel.
She kept saying to us, I am sober and I've been sober for 3 years. Please, everyone, I'm sober. Leave me alone.
How's Kim doing? She's finished the rehab. She's fine. Things have been changing a little bit, and we've been texting and talking.
For sure, and you guys didn't know, but, like, that's a hot button when someone's, like, fighting.
What's your
and
story?
Even though you didn't.
What's your story?
Mine?
I lost my father to suicide when I was 13.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's hard.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. My father had addiction issues from as long as I can remember. I was at that age where your father's just everything, like a girl, and you're just coming into your teenage years, and I just thought he was the most handsomest, smartest, and I put him on a pedestal. And I learned a lot from him. He made me tough. He made me strong. Like, anytime I talk about, and I had therapy and everything, but anytime I talk about, like, addiction, I am, like, super sensitive with it. I really am.
Well, now I understand.
It was tragic, and it changed my family forever. It's brutal. And I miss him. And I wonder what he would think of me.
It's manic, it's depressive, it's all those things.
But,
and
you know,
until you
I
know
know.
what someone goes through and how hard it is for Kim to, like, not do what she does, do you think she wants to live that life? I get really freaking, like, mad when someone labels someone else's addiction that we all, thank God, know nothing about. I don't have one thing in my life that I have to have every day.
I feel awful for Kathryn. It's horrible to lose a parent at all, but especially like that and at that age, it's devastating.